Hello, this is Matthew Robert Payne, and this is just a message called Further Insights into My Mansion in Heaven. I've been talking to African prophet who passed on last week, TB Joshua. Initially, the day after he passed on, I talked to him briefly, and then today he came and talked to me. I initially said to my mother, that I didn't really feel like talking to him because I don't know anything about him. And my mother said, "Well, just talk to him for a second." And TB Joshua started with talking about my books that I've written, and he's read them, and he discussed one of them at length, and then we're speaking about uh, the Mary Magdalene, the Untold Story, one of my books. And he told me that in my house in heaven, I've got a portal, which when you walk up to it, you can go through it and turn up in Mary Magdalene's house. But ever since I've known that for years, I've thought to myself, well, I pretty much could only ever go through that when Mary Magdalene was home, because if it was a portal to her house, then I'd have to judge when she's home to be able to visit her at home. And TB Joshua said it's a portal to wherever she is in heaven. So if I just wanted to see Mary Magdalene, I could just walk through that portal and appear at any public gathering or anywhere where she is at that time, and that made a lot of sense. Now, for over a year, I've been having this screen, and it's a picture of the living room of my parents' house, and I found this background on the internet, and the Lord was able to tell me this what the living room of my parents' house looks like. Um, I've visited my house in heaven, my mansion in heaven, about 10 times. I'd never seen the third story of my house. I'd only seen two stories. TB Joshua told me that the third story of my house is this view, and that my parents live at my house. And when I'm in heaven in the future, I'll live with my parents, and the first two stories will be my house, and the third story will be my parents' house, and we'll share the kitchen and stuff on the first floor. Um, so on the first floor of my house is a commercial kitchen and a living room. And on the second story of my house is like a 50-meter swimming pool, a cafe that seats 100 people with a nice balcony overlooking the sea, and a movie theater that seats 100 people, and a library, and broadcasting section where you can broadcast radio and TV, and do a whole lot of amazing things. So um, a lot of the second floor is my office and what I do, but it has got a coffee shop that can seat about 50 inside and about 30 outside. And I've been getting told for over a year that my parents' house is like a meeting place for the people of heaven, and all the saints of heaven like congregate in my house. I wondered why I saw coffee making machines and baristas at the coffee making machines in my house years ago when I'm not up there, and I wondered what was happening. Well, they use that second story cafe every day, and it's a popular meeting place. So it's brought me much happiness. I'm really happy that my parents live at my mansion, and I never connected the two. So this is a view from the third story of my house in heaven, and And so I used to like talking to my mum and doing videos here because I'd appear in heaven. I'd see them sitting on the couches, and I'm able to see my mum and dad, and they're waving to me, um, and the prophet is there also waving too. So that was a surprising turn of events for me, and it turned out that the conversation was very interesting that I had with him, and so I'm pleased that I got that update about my house. It really makes me happy that no matter what I'm up to in heaven, I can just enter that portal and go and see Mary Magdalene. Um, so makes a lot of sense to me. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and you got sort of a picture of what my house in heaven looks like. God bless.